Hey everybody, and welcome back to The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. We are doing more speedruns. Unfortunately, last time I died, and that was thanks to Dr. Fetus. Not explicitly, but the strategy of, hey, let's get mapping and just bomb from room to room, which is usually pretty solid, kind of got compromised by the increase of range. It's actually the increase of shot speed, I think, when I picked up the hill. Increased speed, increased shot speed. No, that was decreased size. I'm not entirely sure, but basically it reached the point where we're having trouble bombing from room to room and it started costing us damage. But I say, let's get started and see if we can do a little bit better this time. That is the dream. Unfortunately, neither of those is quite good enough. Samson's chain is pretty good. You can use it for a lot of useful things. And if that was an XL floor, I might have gone and seen if Blood Rights was in the other room. But it was not. You know, a lot of people don't start poly, but I do. And I don't know if that is bad. But I think it's a good starting item. Usually you can one-shot most of the stuff on the floor. And if you're good, you can get a couple more things. Oh wow, I went towards the shop. Well, I just cost myself some time there. We've got a tinted rock, and I actually should totally go for that. And I should do it from the other side, because possibly top secret room. Unlikely, but possible. Cool, we got our bombs back. Technically, I shouldn't pick that up. And the reason why I shouldn't pick it up... Oh my gosh. The reason why you shouldn't pick that up is because if I get hit here in this fight... The haunt again? If I get hit in this fight, it's going to be bad for me. Because I lost my Soul Heart protection for the next floor. I'm going to say he's about to fire. Any second. Gotta be careful. But we're doing good damage to him, so that's a start. That was close. I re-rolled that because I could. I didn't want an HP up, I wanted something else. I got a damage up, so that's pretty solid. Damage and shot speed. Polyphemus is a nice big damage multiplier. I don't remember exactly how much, but it's 3 point... I want to say 3.4, but that could also be Sacred Heart. Ugh, darn it. I hate Guillotine. So Guillotine is actually really good. The downside being... that I'm not that good with it. The reason why I am doing this is to have enough money for the shop. You don't have a key for the shop, but I want to be able to go to the next shop. So, Guillotine is a damage up, it's a tier delay down, it's a whole bunch of really good stuff. Your head is now an orbital that defends you. Like, as I said, really good stuff. But because your head is now rotating around your body, it makes it that much harder to aim. And the question... Oh, wow, I forgot that that fire actually can hurt me. The question is whether or not that's enough. Right? Whether or not that's enough damage, or enough benefit, to make up for the I missed sort of thing. And I think there it probably made up for all the time that I'm... Okay, tears and shot speed up is a yes. A Thame? Sure, I'll take a Thame. A Thame is every single time you get hit, you, a rotating... Well, it's not really rotating, but basically a ring of death appears around you, just like that. And I can't get that... Ah, dang it. If you kill something with it, you have a chance to get a black heart. A chance for it to drop a black heart when it dies. We want that key. So I'm trying to use Guillotine. Oh shoot, it is Curse of the Blind. Well, maybe I shouldn't have picked anything up. It could have been a lot worse. This is actually pretty bad. $3 bill is your tiers change basically constantly. It's kind of bad. We'll see what happens. Getting through this will be challenging. Fire Mind is pretty much the most dangerous thing I can get. But if we have enough damage, it's not really going to matter. That's like the one upside of this. I do have quite a bit of damage. And we do occasionally get really good stuff, so... That is such a long trip, I'm actually going to pass on it. I'm doing okay in terms of resources. Yeah, a little low on bombs, but it could be worse. Oh gosh, why did I walk in here? I wasted a key. I'm not buying any of those. Could get really bad stuff. I do not remember the name of this guy. Okay, whole bunch of HP up. This is actually beautiful. This is the perfect time to get Krampus tax. I took a little bit too much damage there. So head of Krampus, I can go ahead and re-roll it. Gimpy, sure. When we get hit, we have a chance to drop stuff. So basically, getting hit could really... if we can kill stuff with it, we could make a profit out of hitting stuff. Maybe. If there's a lot of little stuff, it is quite possible. Unfortunate we chose the wrong direction. That'll be good. If we find something early, we can re-roll. Chances are we won't, though. Okay, I probably don't need to go back for bombs anymore. He could give another battery. Okay, we've got a whole bunch of batteries. Homing is really nice. I should double check what that rune is, because that could be a very useful rune. That was unfortunate. Ansu's vision. I don't know why I backtracked over here. It was just kind of instinctual. Okay, so now we are probably not going to die. Ever. Probably. We could if we just start taking a whole bunch of damage. But this is gonna... The relic drops soul hearts every now and again. It's like every 6 rooms or so. Wow, my instincts on this. Oh. Steam sale will mean we can go to the shop a lot more. Pajamas aren't that great. It's more survivability. Which we didn't really need, turns out. But I didn't really need range either, so... I was kind of hoping for small rock. Alright. I love how those rocks just look so disappointed. Just like you failed. Although, actually, one benefit that I didn't think about... Oh my gosh. Really? Okay. One benefit that I did not think about... Just all stats up. Oh, Mom's wig is beautiful. Sorry, I have some item things to go back to, but things that... I need to try and explain so many things. I lost track of the first one. So, right, now that I... Like, PJs... It's no longer relevant now because I picked up SMB Superfan, but PJs made my body black. Or, sorry, my body blue, which made it a lot easier to see. which was cool. Because that's one of the things you lose track of, is your body. Unfortunately, now that I picked up SMB Superfan, which is an all stats up, which, you know, we basically just got kind of handed. That's no longer relevant. And then we picked up Mom's Wig, which as we shoot will slowly spawn spiders. Spiders do 2.5 times your base tier damage, which is really nice. Turns out they do a lot of damage. I can't even pick up that soul heart. Yeah, getting hit was a profit. Really? I don't need the HP up, so this is an HP up and a trinket. Oh man, well, I mean, we're going pretty fast, but I don't know if it's fast enough. I'm more than willing to do this. Gimpy is going to pay out for us. At least a little bit, I hope. Okay, growth hormones, speed and damage up. The world. Since I've got a vision rune, I can use the world without much worry. I'll go this way. I chose to go this way because it takes me to the bigger room faster. Oh, you're still alive. I thought you were one of my spiders, meanie. You know what? Screw it. I don't need red hearts. All these freaking keepers. I don't know how many we've got. See, that's one of the things that I placed the bomb in the slightly wrong place. Nope. I do remember that that is Taurus, and we do not want Taurus. Fine. He could give me mapping. It's the only reason I'm doing this. This is adding a little bit of time. But if I get mapping out of it, it will save me a lot of time. Alright, well, forced me to take the HP up, which I didn't necessarily want, but whatever. I'm going to have to clear the big room either way if I want to get to the shop. I'm going to have to clear this small room either way. I mean, sure. I'm picking it up just so that I don't see it again. I'm going very fast. Very fast. I'm not quite sure what's causing that. Being very fast is very helpful, turns out. Wheel of Fortune not better than Ansu's. Most things aren't going to be better than Ansu's. So, Mom's Foot doesn't deal contact damage after it lands. So we are going to be getting our head in on that as much as we can. Oh, unfortunately I couldn't really make it work there. I need to not fire. Well, I've got Fire Mind. That I will take. Damage and tears up. Chances of there being anything worth it in there are pretty much slim. We got a book. Jeez. Guessing which way is the fast way is always hard. Oh, I've got... my reflection is what I had. Between Gimpy and a Thame, we should be able to profit. I don't need resources. I should not be opening chests. Darn it. The other problem is if you're pressed up against a wall. Oh, dang it. Didn't want to do that. If you're pressed up against a wall, you run into the problem that sometimes your tears can go into the wall. Oops, my body was not where I thought it was. I have proptosis. I am taking a lot of damage again. I'm going the wrong way as well, which is also very bad. Maybe. Darn. If that had been the secret room, it would have saved me a little bit of time, but not much. It's not worth it. I'd rather have Ensu's. Still have my reflection, and still have... Oh my gosh. These big rooms are really hard to get all of them. Okay, this is probably the way. No guarantee, but... I guess wrong. Luckily, these are the ones that can be damaged all the time. Just use orbiting to get there faster. Ah, darn it. That was close enough to actually hurt me with that explosion. I didn't think it would be close enough, but... Bloat is unfortunate, always. But a Thame does a crap ton of damage, turns out. Meat is an HP up. Oh my gosh. Goat head gets me something else. Sure. Goat head gets me the deal next floor as well, so worth taking. Because I took the other two. Alright. This is not... Oh my gosh. Well, see, there you go. A Thame. Being a Thame. My tears are big enough that it basically went through rocks. Please tell me I guessed right for once. This is one of those places where a Thame might have been worth just purposely using here, because it would have been faster. Oops. I think that's like the first time I've actually fallen in one of those. I think we're on the right path. I think. Could be wrong. But we have gone pretty far. And since the boss is usually on the long end, yep. Alright, let's go. This is where my body is. Not knowing where my body is a problem. But between my head and the Thame, I do crap tons of damage. Guppy's head is good. Sacrificial dagger is good. Incubus is really good. Ooh. Oopsie. I almost went down, which would have shortened the run. Unfortunately, we've got a minute to clear 2 floors. I don't think I'm beating the last time I was successful. That said, I'm going to just roll over everything else. Maybe I can. With vision on the next floor, it is possible. If this stays linear and I guess the right direction, and do crazy shit like that. Time to go fast? Wrong way, dang it. This is very unfortunate. Saving Ansu's for next floor is probably better anyway, though. Not that it really matters, to be fair. The one damage I take from the get-go is... Yeah, I guess I could have bombed out of that faster, but I've got 2 different ways that could be it. Didn't really intend to take that damage there. Okay, well we found the right direction after only 1 bad turn. This is going to end this very quickly. Oh, interesting, because I have Homing Tears, the... Unfortunately, he went into the wrong position. There we go. Must go fast. I don't think I would even beat 20 minutes. No, I didn't pick up those items because they could be anything, and my orbitals were on the wrong side of me. Oh darn, I have an HP. That's actually really bad. Because now I don't have Polaroid invincibility. Believe it or not, this is going to save a bunch of time. Actually, it makes perfect sense and is entirely believable. That's right, I don't know what any of them are, so I'm not going to bother. Not having the Polaroid invincibility is unfortunate, but I'm not particularly worried about it. I'm pretty sure I can just plow right through anything and everything. I mean, I'm not going to try and take damage, but I'm going to be orbitaling to death as much as I can. So, 2035 is a little slow, but not terrible, I guess. I don't know, we're still trying to figure out, with more items, there's going to be more resets, which means the natural time it takes is going to go up. So, I don't know, I'm curious to see how things are going to look in the Binding of Isaac racing scene. Because of that fact, because there's more stuff, because there's now if you have a whole bunch of health, you could just run to a sacrifice room and quickly just basically run to Mega Satan. Possibly. Maybe it would work, maybe it wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, you need the damage to beat Mega Satan anyway. Don't know if they'll ban that as an option or what they'll do. Because that kind of gives survivability a shot, right? Like, maybe? I don't know. It's curious. I'm very much wondering. I'm fairly certain that the seeded run world record will go down. Just because you'll have the ability to get to Mega Satan. But once again, maybe there is a new category. A category that specifically calls out using sacrifice rooms. I don't know. The speedrunning community kind of gets to make up its own rules because speedrunning can be done in so many different ways that sometimes it doesn't really matter. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please feel free to leave comments in the comment section down below on what you think about the racing scene or how it's going to change or what you think should happen. But yeah, I'm curious to see what other people think. Since I'm not technically officially a part of the speedrunning community, it's something that I'm thinking about doing, becoming more active in when it kind of starts back up after all the Afterbirth hype kind of goes down a little bit. I have a feeling that Afterbirth Plus, whenever it decides to be released, is going to be where speedrunning takes back up because it's supposed to add modding tools, which will allow speedrunner mods. Like maybe somebody will make a mod that actually lets you do basically exactly what I'm doing right now, and instead of the timer being on the bottom of the screen, like your actual timer, as is displayed by the UI at the very top of the screen, is what it counts, and then your resets work like that. And maybe they'll probably add hundredths of a second to that. It'll be interesting to see, but adding all those modding tools will be pretty sweet. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I will see you next time, and until then, keep your gears turning.